Hey guys, the Monk52 here of course, and today we're covering an Akizuki game I had on stream with Hivehound. It was in Hive's perspective, so you don't actually you haven't seen my perspective of the game, and it's a pretty baller game if I don't say so. I quite enjoyed the actual game itself, and it really highlights how strong the Akizuki can be. Obviously, this game was played with Mr. Rogue, who's in Back to Back Podcast, and the Hivehound, which is another community contributor, get there eventually, and with Welsh. He's a Welsh, so don't let your sheep get near him. But I'll leave a link to his channel below, and you can choose to cross that dangerous road when you get there. Anyway, pushing in the middle cap here. Usually when you spawn, you want to cover this. I have a Friesland here in Mr. Hive, in the shape of Mr. Hive. We have a carrier here, I believe that is a Parsifal. Yeah, Parsifal. And we're going to do our usual thing that we have for Akizuki, because the reload booster for the Torps, they're very long durations, like 3 to 4 minutes, which is like a third of a match. So if you use your first reload booster relatively early on, that is really good setup for the rest of the game, because it means you'll have it late game and you won't have to burn through 2, because usually the opportunity to get use a reload booster is quite delayed. So you really want to use them as early as possible in the start of the game and get 2 of those sets off. So we're in the cap here. Akizuki does best at killing other DDs. That's what it's built for. That's what it does. It's not really good at chasing DDs, but what you want to do in Akizuki is you get a place of really good traffic or interest to both teams, and then you just farm and have your way with them. And as well, using AP on the broadside destroyers will do you much more damage. Akizuki is the most powerful gunboat in the game. 100%. You will beat anything, any destroyer in the game, you will beat if you catch it broadside and you have enough salvos of AP onto it. Again, player skill is obviously a massive factor in this. Anyway, HE, because he's giving a straight bill on here. ZF6 has a rough time here. He's getting absolutely smacked by me. And the carrier comes in, Rogue here with a torpedo, sorry, and he finished off the kill there. But my god, he was, in a couple of seconds, he had 7,000 damage and a fire. It wasn't looking pretty. Hive was also potentially shooting at, and the torpedo was all she wrote. That was a bad experience for that pure ZF6. I don't think he didn't even have a chance to get torpedoes off, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because the carrier is on our side spotting, so any torpedoes would have been spotted anyway. Now, Akizuki is Japanese and they're very small guns, which means we can actually get some really good shots on the shell arcs. The shell arcs are really good for Akizuki, which means we can arc over the islands very comfortably, which means we can just absolutely make this Iowa's Day a living hell. And we can use this by abusing the line of sight and really getting use of these island cover and just abusing it to our advantage. Destroyers are not very good shell arcs, particularly the Japanese here. And we're just going to go straight up broadside to him because there's nothing else that can actually shoot us right now, and we can just showcase how effective the Akizuki AP is. If you catch something broadside and you've already set a couple fires, use the AP 100%, and at closer range you can citadel cruisers. You can do some massive damage with the Akizuki AP, and you can see this Iowa is absolutely getting melted. Look at the number of pens, guys, and look at the number of, not just the sheer amount of damage we get to actually get the final kill on the guy, but realistically it doesn't really matter. It's just insane the damage you can pull out. 132k and take away 6k, that's what we did to the Iowa there in a very short time as well. And we're just going to push forward here and work on this Vanguard. We really have the 2 guns right now because we're turning the boat, but you can still see the firepower is significant indeed. And again, HE, you really don't need this special Evil Spark skill. I played a couple good, there's quite a lot of, there's actually about 3 or 4, I think there's about 2 or 3, maybe more, really good Akizuki games on the channel as well. So if you're really interested in that, take a look at the masterclass, and then maybe look at the other one, there's another one as well. Pull up some crazy numbers again. Parsifal pops up here, and I see the pig, and I'm kind of interested. So let's fire some HE shells at the Parsifal. Vanguard is actually shooting, but I'm honestly just like, you gotta be a little bit ballsy in gunboats, and sometimes you just gotta take the good with the bad. That being said, Vanguard shooting us could be pretty dangerous, but we're gonna try and mitigate as much as possible. And we just switched AP and we just DACA down the CB. Again, we burned his damage control. That lasts for like a minute, so there's no point firing any more HE shells unless we're not getting good enough pens with the the AP, which we are getting plenty pens. The Parcels obviously is trying to kill us. He's biggest focus there. Vanguard isn't really being as successful in his hits, so we can just really, we don't have to smoke up here. We can just sit there and farm him as much as we can. Again, Vanguard is taking a little bit pot shots on us. It's not great, but sooner or later he's got a level of different things to do, because I thought High would push in here. And that's really my biggest concern for not doing that. Parcel drops maybe bombs on us. Again, not very effective on a destroyer, but it can still do damage. It's actually pretty consistent damage even on destroyers here. And we're going to push in here and just make sure this poor, I mean it's a carrier, so I don't feel sorry for it, but we're just going to keep dacking down this carrier with our AP. Really, we're getting like 83, 85 pens. It's just disgusting. And even at this range, yes, Parcel's actually significantly well armored for carrier. And we're just getting some really nasty pens. Over 100, I believe, 120. We're just getting some serious pens. Sooner or later, we will switch to HE. But the damage we're doing is just actually insane. We just really picking up. We're up to 87,000, 87, 88, 89. You see it just keeps adding up here. And is he going to get us that torp? He will. His final salvo, he does get the one torp. Was again, Akizuki is not very quick. That is its one downside. It's speed. It's speed and agility. It's the only downside to Akizuki. Everything else is just beautiful. You may think, yes, the torpedoes, but the Kagero torped with a gunbow. What's wrong with that's pretty good, you know? We'll dodge these. Ooh, yes, we do. Okay, we are a little bit unfortunate. We do have a permafire. And our engine's out, but again, we're not really wanting to move. We will pop our smoke here just to be 100% here. And now we can just start dacking down the Veneto. We have a couple AP salvos, and that's okay. I guess you can see just a couple of pens there, but we'll switch back to HE here, because HE just be a little bit more reliable against an angled Veneto. It's a little bit tough for AP to shoot through. We do get a flood right in the nose, a torpedo in the right nose, which is of course a flood. I do ask if they can spot the Veneto here, because obviously I have a carrier division, so spotting is not really a big problem. And Akizuki is quite selfish regarding to not wanting to have people spot for him and smoke up. Took up by the high cal. Veneto eats another torp to the odd there, but hey, I'm not complaining. And we just keep dacking down this Bismarck here. A fire tech plus the AP over time will be really, really good. So we're really trying to get as much as we can. Plus he is turning away a little bit. You gotta give battleship armor a little bit of respect with Akizuki. Final torp kills him though, that's always good. And now we have time for Vanguard. You can't get a shot there, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta fire and see. No use of our smoke right now. We're going to actually push forward here and meet him in battle. We don't have much health, no, but he is the last ship remaining. And yeah, we're just going to push forward here and get rid of him. Again, Akizuki downsides. Only speed. It has one torp launcher, again, but again, you have the real booster to compensate for that. And agility. Speed and agility, that's its only downside. Gunpowder is just off the charts, brilliant. And you have obviously Kagero torps, so the torps hit pretty hard, and it's not bad for a stealthy boat either. It's not bad for stealth. So yeah, we're just going to push this Vanguard here, even potentially YOLO him. Again, Kagero torps hit pretty hard, the same sort of strength as Udashi torps, but of course they don't have the ridiculous 80 knot advantage. This wreck of the Veneto is still present. We got to be careful about our torps though, but I think by the time they arrive we should be alright. Now, this is where we activate our speed boost and we use it to kick ourselves in reverse. We have prop mod, I believe, in this boat, but the engine boost also helps out with your, you know, your acceleration just in general, whether it be agility, maneuverability, and everything. So I do like to use the engine boost on this thing a little bit more as an agility consumable if possible, or something like that. Just to kick a hard reverse here, try and mitigate the damage we're doing here. Well, mitigate the damage we take. Fortunately, the Vanguard is not interested in us, but it really doesn't matter if he is or not. Look, those torps are probably going to hit home before the AP will kill him, but the AP is pretty strong, and no, we get the AP. And that's 152,331 damage with a high caliber, a Confederate, and what else? What else? Just no, we didn't get Confederate, it was just the high cal, unfortunately. With the 3,157 base. High was coming in for a second there, and then Rogue. Pretty decent game of Carrier as well. So guys, yeah, hope you enjoyed this game. Hope you enjoyed this feature. If you're interested in Akizuki more, I've got a couple more replays on the channel. If you're wanting more, just like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on next time. Bye!